And there we go. Welcome, friends around the world, from Maine to Spain to Ukraine. We have people from the four corners of the globe, and this is Greg and Looney from Upward Spiral Yoga Enterprises. Sunday live stream is Sunday Sacred Self-Care class. We're going to do some joint juice, some yin, and restorative yoga. We'll pray and we'll meditate. But in essence, we're looking to raise our consciousness to higher states of love, wisdom, understanding, serenity, health, abundance, all the things that make the glory of life worthwhile. If you're brand new, welcome. If you've been watching for a couple of weeks, thank you for liking and subscribing. Our intention is 1,000 subscribers, then 1 billion. So one step at a time. Anyway, we're going to start with joint juice. We're going to take our shoulders around in a circle. 1, 2, 3. If you're brand new, we just move a little bit. It's not so much the exact movement as that we move, that we put it in a sequence, that we do it mindfully, prayerfully, lovingly, joyfully. 7, 8. Other way. Now I'm polishing my knees when I'm taking my shoulders around because I like polished knees. Welcome if you're brand new. This is yoga for everybody. You don't have to be a circus performer, contortionist, a ballerina. If you are, you're more than welcome. 7 and 8. So today marks arms up, follow me, arms out, arms behind your back. We're going to poof together. Simultaneous poofing is the best. Poof. Anyway, today marks about 2 months of moving for me from one yoga studio to this new one. Poof. And it's kind of coming together. This is called Tiny Room Yoga. It's called Tiny Life Yoga. I'm living the biggest possible life in the current space available. My next space will be a mansion in the south of France. In the meantime, I'm simulcasting from Concord, California. I live in a giant house, but I have this one room for my music, my yoga, my coaching, my piano, my athletics, my prayer, my meditation, my life. Surround yourself with what you love. Eject what you don't love. Gentle seated forward fold. Take your time. This is not who's the most flexible person in the class. This is connecting with self. Drop your chin, maybe move your hair around a little bit. We're calm and peaceful souls. Welcome if you're just getting in.
Okay. Looking good.
And we'll mute the friend who just got in. Yay, everybody's muted. Some of my favorite people on Zoom and people all the way around the world. If you're on YouTube, the Zoomers are anonymous to you. So I got good friends joining locally, and I've got great new friends participating globally. We're just a group of like-minded souls moving with a common purpose to create wisdom, love, and light. Simple, profound. Come on up. Okay, now we're going to counterpose that, but very simply. Just going to put my hands behind me, and I'm going to elevate my hindquarters. Just a mild front of body stretch. If you're a really talented circus performer and are spectacularly flexible, yay. If you're just getting started, want to move with some friends, you have found your tribe and your vibe. Good. Come on down. Now my legs can actually switch the other way. I'm getting a lot of light in through this. I have a southern facing window, but the lighting is better than it was. Now, do you guys have yoga blocks? If you don't, If you come to my house, I'll give you a pair. Sure, Greg, I want to come from Brazil to Northern California to get a set of yoga blocks. I'm worth it. I'm just going to set my head on a pair of blocks as I lean forward. If you don't have blocks, too bad. You're just going to have to lean forward. You could use pillows. If you're very flexible and your head hits the floor, I want to take your class. But just close your eyes and less attention to the outer pose, more attention to the inner pose, I suppose. Cultivating a mood. We are calm and peaceful souls. Stop thinking. Good, now I'm going to inhale, look forward. For my fingertips, I'm going to elongate my serpentine spine. Then I'm going to exhale one more time just to drain my brain and calm down. I bet you're living a very rich, full, hectic, detail-oriented life, and that's great, but you can't do that all the time. There has to be a time to withdraw away from the maelstrom. Otherwise, technically speaking, you lose your marbles. Good. On your next inhale, come on up. I like where this is going. That's my new mantra. I meet somebody new, I think, I like where this is going. I start teaching a yoga class. I like where this is going. I say chant Om to a worldwide audience of friends. I like where this is going. Big inhale. Good. Now, Dr. Greg invites you prayer hands, and I simply invite you to pray for the thing most wanted or needed in your life. Group prayer is the most powerful force in the universe. Don't sell yourself short. God loves big prayers, big, bold, crazy-ass prayers. He has to send extra angels to accomplish those. Good, now lace these same hands and stretch up. Good analytics today. People checking in from all over the world. I loved on YouTube, you can watch the live stream progress and see who's tuning in. Good, I'm just stretching my side seam a little bit as if I tucked my shirt in a little tight. Good, now inhale. On exhale, turn your whole spine to the right. When you've gone as far as you can, left hand, right knee, right arm behind you. Remember, these are simple yin poses. They're not designed to be the hardest thing in the world. That's the rest of your life. Close your eyes, breathe in to a twist to the right. When these poses are done well, the volume of thinking tends to slow down, pacify, peacify. Inhale here. Exhale, come out of your happy little twist. See how easy and accessible this is? You've been scared of doing yoga for years, and now God and an algorithm has brought you to a class that you can do. This is a very good thing. It's a propitious day. Lace, stretch. Maybe you're tight, your hands only go to here. Maybe you go all the way up to the ceiling. Maybe you're squealing. Then I'm just gonna kind of oscillate on my buns, just kind of liquid, kind of groovy. It's kind of late 60s, Golden Gate Park, got flowers in your hair, face is painted, you live in a commune. It seems like it's going to work. In 2 years, you'll be back living with your parents. Inhale. Exhale to the left, right hand, left knee, left arm behind you. Have a twist to the left. Close your eyes. Be a calm, peaceful soul. 90% of what we're doing is attitude, 10% is posture, 8% is math. Good, you guys. Release out of a very simple twist, huh? Welcome if you're just getting in. Now, we can take time in this class. We give time. Maybe you need a sip of something. Are you addicted to coffee? I went to a Coffee Anonymous meeting. The coffee was terrible. Why would anybody stop drinking coffee? I can't figure it out. If your cat walks by, pet your cat. If your mate walks in, your human spouse walks in, send him a kiss. Take advantage to share love with people that you love. All right. Lace your hands, thumbs up. I'm going to drag my thumbs down my freshly shaven sternocleidomastoids, the thick neck muscles, all the way on the side. This gives you a long, elegant neck. Giraffes do this. Good. Now this is weird if you're new. Take your thumbs underneath the corner of your jaw. There's a little soft spot. Now lay your face down into your hands. Smush your face down into your hands. Massage your thumbs underneath your jawbone. Not too deep, not too deep, just right. I got your message, Sister Kate. I'm glad one of your devices is working. Good. All right. Now, of all things, seems like I've not done this for a month. I am so looking forward to it. Right fingers, back left corner of my head. And I'm just going to tilt my pumpkin to the right as we move into pumpkin season. Am I pulling as hard as I can? No. Am I applying gentle, steady, patient pressure? Yes. Am I dropping my chin a little bit? Yes. Soften your mouth. Close your eyes. Everything is always working out for us in ways we can't begin to understand, because all of understanding doesn't fit in your brain, and it doesn't fit in my brain either. But collectively, our brains expand, our minds increase, our perception advances. This is good if you're a migraine sufferer. I'm one of those people. I haven't found the cure. I'm leaving next week to go to Peru for an ayahuasca ceremony. But if you want to go, let me know. Good. Now bring your head back up. Soft left finger pads, right corner, back corner. Tilt. If you're one of my younger students, I've got younger students as young as 3 and 4, brilliant, young, beautiful children whose head comes all the way over. Relax this right shoulder. And then if you drool in my class, I consider that a compliment. Let all the expression soften. No histrionics. Good. I got a nice yoga retreat coming up next month, in about a month, in Sonoma. Maybe you want to come. Look me up, upwardspiralyoga.com, spelled the way it's supposed to be spelled, upwardspiralyoga.com. Retreats, Sonoma retreat. Why not come? A lot of my local friends are. We have so much fun, we almost explode in ecstasy. Good, now bring your head back. Now, what's the only way to top that off? I mean, seriously, not a cigarette. Drop your chin, take your head around. 1, 2, 3. Such a good turnout today. I'm honored to be in your presence. 5, 6, 7, 8. Switcheroo. 1. These simple movements are not simple when they're put together. They are exceptionally profound, synergistic, holistic. 5, dynamic. 7. Good. Now, please just relax your head down with me for 45 seconds. Aim your attention into your marvelous meat vehicle, your body. The great yogis, the great sages and saints say that within us is a source of happiness and bliss so profound that, once found, we would give up the desperate, maniacal search to get it from the outside in, and instead we would share love and bliss, light and peace with everyone around us. We'd have so much extra, it would spill out through us like a searchlight. That's some amazing stuff, isn't it? I believe it. I've experienced it, not all the time. Okay, now I went to a yoga class with Greg and acupressure broke out. So we're just going to lightly tap the heels of our hands. This makes you younger, more attractive, and more zeros in your bank account. Tap, 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 tap. And then what the cats do when they're very happy, purr, purr. Again, we're cultivating a mood, a good mood, not moodiness, a good mood. Good, now take your hands into your hips and I want you to pump it up. I want you to pump left and right. Good for your wrists, good for your hips, good for your shoulders, good for your mind, good for your heart, good for your wisdom, good for your flexibility. Good to calm your mind. Good, now I'm just going to do shoulder shrugs, pushing down as my shoulders crest over the top. If you're brand new, we're just visiting all the major joint systems of our body, all the major intersections. In Northern California, it would be where Highway 24 meets Highway 680. We're making sure that intersection is flowing and open, not clogged with broken down cement trucks. 7, 8. Good. Feet together if they fit. If not, just do the best you can. Arms out. I'm wearing my oldest t-shirt. As a guy, it has sentimental value. I might have changed my oil in this. I might have streaked wearing this in the 70s or something, side to side. Guys don't throw away clothes. They just wait till they dematerialize and they float out the window as molecules. Good, now internal, external, internal, external. All the internal you got. Handcuffs behind your back. You might not be able to do this. My wrists are in my pits. If you can't do it, do the best you can. Elbows inside your knees. That's touch and go with me. Now, what I can't do is squeeze my elbows together, and I'm okay with that. I'm still a pretty good person. I have some amazing friends who can do it. Does that make her better than us? Yeah. Drop your chin. Make ujjayi, calm, peaceful breathing sound. We're all gods in embryo. We're dollops of consciousness expanding into Christ consciousness. If I offend you, good. If I shock you, mission accomplished. I like teachers who upend and shock me a lot. Otherwise, I get complacent, status quo, and stuck, and I don't like it. Okay, cross your legs however you want. And the thing that keeps you from getting stuck, roll your wrists around in front of your face. This reminds me of a jellyfish that I used to own. Other way. Roll it around. This is so good for you. It's better than nutritionists, broccoli, Pilates. This is the good stuff, you guys. Shake it out. I'm not discounting that stuff. I'm just saying connecting with your higher power is the juice of life. You're missing love and passion and intimacy and ecstasy. Stick with this group. Hello, passion, ecstasy, bliss, joy, love. I can have more of that? Cup your hands at your heart. Feel love and light and truth flow in. You got to open the valve. There's a big channel of love being broadcast to each and every one of us, and a lot of people have the channel shut. We're going to wedge that thing open, you guys. Okay, now just a little feet, and then we're going to go into ecstasy poses. So here's all you got to do. Just extend your left leg out. Can you get your right ankle over the top? This is great. This is all you'll need to do. If, for some reason, your left shin were to fold under and you still had access to this right foot, that's great. If you ain't there yet, I'm with you. I just want you to have your leg sticking out. 1, 2. I just want you to spin your ankle around. Pretend you've never done it before. Remember when you were a baby, your body was the most interesting thing. You just couldn't get enough of exploring it. And then you got used to your own body, other way. And then you met your husband or your wife, and you could not get enough of their body. Every part was the most interesting thing in the world. And then you got used to them. But now we're starting all over from scratch. 6, 7, 8. Good job. Crack your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. All right. Just grab your elbows, even if your left leg is sticking out. I just want you to move your elbows side to side and break open some of the congestion and congealing in your body. See, the thing is, we get used to things, the most special, magical, chemical, drive you out of your mind with ecstasy thing. You get used to it. But that's why God gave us a brain and a mind and yoga so that we could develop new patterns of perception. Bring your arms down. Good. Right leg out. This is fine. Grab this. Put that there. This may not fold under. You're still a 4-star participant in my class. Grabbing my shin, grabbing my tippies. Crank-a-doodle deli. You've never met this person. They have the most interesting foot. You really want to get to know them. Other way. 2. To thine own self be true. 5, 6, 7, 8. Crack your toes. If your toes don't crack anymore, there's still hope for you. Crack, quack, quack. Good job. Okay. Stretch them both out at the same time. Sorry, I'm sitting too far back. I've got all this extra room in my room now that the bed is, well, where is the bed? That is a good question. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Where's the bed? And then I will let you know, but you have to leave a comment. Okay, lift up your butt. Maybe I don't need a bed anymore. Maybe I don't need to sleep because I'm a yogi. Maybe I sleep on a bed of nails. Lift up a little higher just for me. Good. And come on down. Okay, yogis, we're going to do a pose that has quite a bit of variability in it. So I think, therefore I am, thank you, Rene Descartes. I'm putting a blanket underneath my head and my neck. If you're really flexible, you won't need it. But a lot of my students around the world are just tight as hell. So watch what I'm going to do. My neck over the blanket. Ah, feels so good. Knees in. Is this a yoga pose? Just grabbing my knees and bringing my knees in? It sure is. But if you can, you grab your toes and your knees go out to the side. Now we begin yin yoga. Yoga poses that last, a minute, something. If you're tight, when you bring your knees in, your neck's going to get tight. This is why I've got 4 inches of blanket underneath my head. This is known as happy baby. It's known as stretch the living whatever out of your buns, your groins, your adductors, your hip flexors. Let your shoulders relax. And something happens at a minute that doesn't happen at just 10 seconds. And again, if you're just here, it's like, golly, this class is really hard for me. Just do what you can. I'm not saying it's the most flattering looking pose, but yours should be actually looking at your ceiling. Nothing to see here. Now for me, this is one of the deepest structural stretches. It just sinks into areas that you forgot that you had areas. Good. Now, just as a modification, I'm going to go from knee to knee. And I actually invented this movement. It's called Humpty Dumpty. You've fallen and you're just going to rock from knee to knee. You may not be able to do that. And if you're a contortionist, both your knees are already down. So you're somewhere on the spectrum, on the scale. Good, I'm done with that. I'm going to lift my head. Now I'm just going to stretch my legs up. We're going to do about a minute of Viparita Karani, legs up. This is super good for circulation. And if there's one key to health, it's circulation. Healthy, vibrant, rosy, radiant, frisky, cheerful people are that way because they circulate, they get out, they mix, they laugh, they giggle, they poke and prod, they hold doors open for people. They always have a kind word. They're tolerant. They love their enemies. They watch the news and they bless the people who think differently than they do. They circulate. And so this is an inversion. Now you can put an iPad up on your feet if you're really that distractible. Good. Now, just one splits today. Legs out to the side. Hi, how you doing pose. Ankles, 5, 4, 3. It's really good for you. 1, other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of people never stretch their legs wide anymore, and it's kind of sad. Good. Can you keep your legs out for 15 seconds without screaming out loud? But you're muted if you need to scream. Maybe you need some primal scream therapy. I've done that. I've done every kind of therapy that there is. Have you walked across hot coals? Yes. Good. Bend your knees. Bring your knees in together. And let's sit up and get ready for something that actually feels good now. Okay. Kids, it's time for something that feels, something we can really deliciously and dreamily drift into for up to 5 minutes. How do you like those apples? So here's what I'm thinking. If you're brand new, trust me, I have your best interest in mind. But you're going to need a big thing and a small thing. Do you have a big thing and a small thing in your house? Do you have a big pillow and a small pillow? Do you have a blanket that could be bigger and a blanket that could be smaller? Do you have yoga bolsters? Do you have shoes? Do you have encyclopedias? Do you have a house? So the reason I'm asking is I want to have a big thing and I want to have a smaller thing. Why? Because my head's going to go there, my heart's going to go there, and this is going to be a yin/restorative pose. I don't want it too extreme. I want to be able to relax because it's Sunday. Now, I have a genetic predisposition, many of them, but I have a sharp tailbone. I have a articulated coccyx. You look it up if you want. I don't care. So that's where my butt goes. Now, you got a big thing and a small thing. Preferably it would be blocks. Get some yoga blocks. Don't delay any longer. Bra strap. Oh, crack, crack, quack. Oh, and then my head. Now, your legs, what are we going to do with your legs? They're your legs. They can be out. They can be feet together, knees wide. They can be crossed. From the waist down is you. I'm going to let you manage yourself from the waist down. Isn't that good? That's good news, isn't it? I'm going to manage you from the waist up. I can manage to manage you. So the head higher than my heart, my spine in extension, the long relaxation of my abdominal wall, the release of my kidneys and my cortisol, my pelvis softening, my arms hanging, my eyes closing, and then let the yin, let the patient practice begin. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to accept it. If you need a little adjustment or a modification, go ahead. But at some point, you just have ants in your pants. You just got to relax, okay? You got to dance with the pose you brought to the dance. You can't be looking around for a new dance partner. And now we're going to go into different brain states, heading toward theta, drifty, dreamy, spacey, archetypy, Jungian, psychedelic, ecstatic, you know. Now relax your mouth. Someone's going to kiss you. Relax your mouth. Don't offer a beak. Good. Pose starts now. Our breathing will slow down. Our diaphragm, our belly button will start to be engaged in our breath. Our parasympathetic nervous system will start to activate. Love, bliss, joy molecules will begin to squirt from our brain. I couldn't live without doing this, a form of this every day. I'm just wired too tight. I'm too high strung. I need help. I need my prayer. I need my meditation, my yoga, my positions, my postures, my friends, my recovery. I need my higher power. I'm not going to hurry you out. I'm going to give you, man, we're going double time on this one, so super relax. When we put ourselves in a slow, quiet position, a lot of tension, anxiety, maybe fear, worry, dread, these painful psychic states can begin to dissipate, dissolve. I can tell that's happening for me. I yawn, my jaw opens up. I could eat a whole capybara in just one bite. You can fall asleep in the pose. I'll wake you up. Probably 3 more minutes. This opens your heart so that you can love more. Everybody wants more love. Everybody wants the world to be a more loving place. It's just most people say, I totally agree with love, you first. But that's not the way it works. Love is the best thing in the universe. And the only condition is you first, me first. Okay, now I'm going to stretch my legs out. I'm going to take my arms back over my head. I'm going to get a little bit of like a Spanish Inquisition rack kind of feeling. I have a nice rack, stretching out. Oh boy. Good, now I'm going to tilt my head up first. Dink. Elbows down, elbows in, and I'm going to push up in slow motion. Now, I don't know if you were here at the start of the class. It was very crazy. My cat got out. He jumped through a window that had a broken screen in it. And I had to spend 10 minutes looking for his little furry ass. Pardon my language. I found his furry ass. There he is there. And he just tried to catch a bird outside the window. So now we're going into our finishing 2 poses, okay? I know I'm going to go a little over time, but I'm worth it. You're worth it. You are worth it. Now for this, we're going to do a restorative, we're finishing in restorative twist, both sides, okay? For this, you're going to need one of these. Do you have one of these? This is called a bolster. A bolster is a big, cushy pillow. And it's called a bolster because it says yoga on it, and it means it costs 5 times more than just a regular pillow. But a pillow would work fine. And if you don't have pillows, you have blankets. If you don't have blankets, you're just going to have to use your damn floor. Get some props. Plop. Take your prop and go plop. See that? Is this it? Is this all there is? Have you ever asked that about your life? Is this all there is? I'm married, I got a kid, I got the degree, I got the jobs, super popular, I got lots of money. Is this all there is? It's a good question. Spin your knees to the left. Left. There are my knees. There's my right hand. It goes on my thing. I'm going to take my knees. I'm going to lean down toward the bolster and slide my knees and my feet around behind me. Now I'm sitting like a pinup model, which I will never be. Both hands on the bolster. Push back like Rita Hayworth. I can see my feet behind me now. They're crossed. I'm turning my belly button, solar plexus, xiphoid process, and chest toward you. My right hand is going over here. It's Sunday, so I'm going to leave the bolster there. My chest is aiming down, and we land on our mutual right ear together. Now I'm way up on my hands because it's like, wow, a lot of sensation. So you got to let your elbows relax and spread. If I was at your house, I would come over and lovingly put my hands on your back, and I would smash you, I would smush you down into the floor. We're going to do this for 3 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other side, and then we're going to take a Sunday nap together. I love this pose. At the start, your breath is all cramped and squished and short. Then it becomes long and smooth and rhythmic. I like things that are long, smooth, and rhythmic. This is very weird if you're just on YouTube and suddenly you turn this channel on and there's a guy dead on his living room floor. What's going on here? Is this a murder scene? No, it's yoga for everybody, restorative version, and you probably should be doing something like this. And now is a good time to start. Good. One more delicious, relaxing, sumptuous minute. This sinks way deep into the subterranean caverns of our subconscious. Okay, really big inhale. Really big outhale. Let go of years of tension, anxiety, painful patterns of perception. Good job. Pull your hands in. Come out slow motion, person. Oh, you're waking up on vacation in a yacht off the south of France. Ah, a fellow can dream. Okay, now I'm going to. What is it about the south of France that's such a big deal? I don't know. Now, my bolster is back here. Pat, pat, buttercat. Good kitty. Good. Now, do you remember? Do you remember? Knees spin to the right, still sitting cross-legged. Left hand, left hand. Now, knees, I lean over and I slink my knees around and my feet around behind me. I look, hey, my feet. I cross one ankle because I can. If you can't, no worries. Both hands on the bolster. Push back, lean back and look glamorous. I looked glamorous once. Leaning back, stretching my side muscles. Left hand here. Belly button, solar plexus, xiphoid process, massive chest, manubrium, face, chin, aiming down, and left ear. You might say something like, ah. And I I'd be okay if you went into euphoria, ecstasy, bliss, joy, rapture. How about some rapture today? Your breath is going to be all squirmy at the start. It'll settle, trust. Ah, big yawn. Maybe widen out your elbows. Just spread your arms, elbows, shoulders out a little wider. Now that you've melted a bit. One more minute. Okay, biggest inhale ever. Big inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Bring your hands in. Push out. Push up really slow. Take your time. Slowly swing your leggies back around to the front. Now, in the live class that I'm teaching, it's 10 minutes past the hour, and I do respect the time of my friends. And so that sort of acted up, I think, as a beautiful Shavasana. So, one thing I would like to do at the end, if you would with me, is would you sit with me just for like about a minute and a half in eyes closed? You don't have to do anything special, spiritual, unicorn, metaphysical. Just if you would, with me and with like minded souls around the planet, find a seat for your seat, tall spine, drop your chin, close your eyes, and notice that you're breathing. Notice that you notice. Yogis divide reality into two things. Prakriti, all the stuff, people, places, things, cars, boats, chairs. Purusha, consciousness itself. Normally, we're very wrapped up in the things, the people, the dynamics, the institutions, the struggle, the push, the pull. But there's something deeper always going on. Purusha, consciousness itself. When you find that, you found everything. If you don't find that, you are a pinball in a hurricane. We are calm, peaceful souls, radiating love and tolerance as best we can. You are worthy and deserving, whole, complete, and perfect. Hands to the heart. And we're going to chant a good long Om, and we're going to vibrate together around the world. Inhale. Om. God, love, source, infinite higher organizing wisdom, bless us one and all around the world. Namaste. Okay, as always, I bid adieu and arrivederci to my YouTube friends first. Thank you for those of you who've liked and subscribed, and thank you for those of you who are about to do it, because I know that you are. For those about to rock, I supply you. So thank you for liking and subscribing. Spread love everywhere you go, and we'll see you guys